Okay, welcome to JC Connect. In the previous class, we were discussing about one problem. That problem we solved with all three methods uh, by using the arithmetic increase method, geometric increase method, and incremental increase method. Suppose if they ask the three methods, then how we have to use it in a single table. That we also we did it. So then we'll go with one more small problem. That is problem number second. This is problem 2. So what he's saying that predict the population for the years 2021, 2031, 2021 from the following population of the data using uh, arithmetic arithmetic increase arithmetic increase method. So he has given the population that is at 1961, that is around 8,58,545. And he has given at 1971, that is 10,15,672. And in 1981, it is 12 lakh 1,553. Then in 1991, it is 16 lakhs 91,538. And in 2001 he has given 20 lakhs 77,820 he has given. Then in 2011 he has given 25 lakhs 85,862. So we have to use our regular formula, that is p. What he has asked is p at 221, then p at 231, then p at 241. So then how this can be calculated. So that is P naught plus N X. Then here also same it is. So first before that, what is P naught? P naught will be considered as, this is the last population. This will be considered as P naught. That is the last known decade population. So N will be, for example, if you are calculating N from 2011 to 2021, what will be the, here for this case N will be 1. Why? Because it is from 2011 to 2021, that is 10 years, that is one decade. Similarly, for this case, n is equal to 2, that is from 2011 to 2031, that is equal to 2 decades. Here n is equal to 3, that is from 2000 2011 to 2041. So the decades will be 30 years. Then this will be n is equal to 3. That is 3 decades. So before that, we have to calculate the x. Then how this x can be calculated? So we already did that. So here it is. So the difference of these two will be this. Then 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 difference of these two will be this. So if you calculate it, so 8,58,558,545 minus um, 10 lakh 15,672. If you take the difference of that, so it will be 1 lakh So 1015652 minus 858545. So then the difference will be 1,57,172. Similarly, for value 01553 minus 1015672, the difference will be 1,85,881. Similarly, the difference of 1 lakh 69,1538 minus 1,201,553. The difference will be 489985. So this is how you have to calculate all these things. Then average, that is x is equal to 157,127 plus 185,881 plus 489985 plus 386282 plus 508042. So then this whole divided by, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 5. Then if you calculate the average, so you will get 3,45,463. So then this will be your x value and it will always remain constant. So very important thing is that always you have to remember in the previous problem one thing has happened, that is here you can see the population, it is increasing 8,58,545. It is there, then again it has gone to 10 lakh, then it has gone to 12 lakh, here it has 16, 20 lakhs and 25 lakhs. Here it is increasing trend. Then these are all, it will be positive value only. You want, you can write. I did not write because these are all values are in increasing trend. Suppose any of the cases like suppose 8,58,554 is there. Suppose if it has assume that if it is in 1961, this is the population. Suppose if it is decreased at 1971, if it is decreased, assume that if it has gone to 8 lakhs, suppose it has gone to 8 lakhs, then that will be the minus sign. It will come as a minus sign. You should be very careful about that whenever you are taking the average. In the first problem itself, we have solved the toughest problem. Of course, these are very easy. Why I took that problem is that there are two difficulties in that problem. One is the population he has given in thousands. Then increasing decreasing population is given as the decade go on increasing. So if that is the case, what we always have to see that how the population is, whether it is increasing trend or whether it is decreasing trend. Always we have to concentrate on those aspects because that is very important as the examination point of view. So that is about this. Then we have to forecast it. So this is the population forecasting. So what he has asked is that population at 2021 he has asked, population at 2031 he has asked, population at 2041 he has asked. So then population at 2021. So this is the population at last decade population, that is 2,58,862. If you see here, It is 2,58,582. Thus, we have to consider as a P naught. That is the last known decade population. So then this is remains the constant. So then this is the average, that is X. Then why I have taken as 1 here? The main thing is that it is a 1 decade. Why it is 1 decade? Last known population is 2011 and one, then P, that is P at 2011, and population, this is 2011, we know the last known decade population, and we have to calculate it for 2021. If that is the case, the difference of these two will be 1 decade, that is equal to 10 years. That is why I consider as 1 here. Then P at 2021. So again, it will be a similar P naught plus X will remain the same, but N will change. It will become it will become N equal to 2. Why? Because the reason is that that is 2011 last known decade population. Then we want to calculate it for 2031. Then difference of these two will be 2 decades. 2 decades. So we can call it as 20. It is 20 years. So that is why I taken here as 2. So then finally I got it at 2021. That is 2,93,1325. Similarly, for P at 2041. P at 2041. So then it will equal to P naught plus X N. So this will be constant, this will be constant. So then your N will be 3. Why it will be 3? We know the last known decade population, that is 2011, and we want to calculate it for 2041. So then N is equal to 3. Then if you calculate it, this is constant, and this will be your 3. Then total population is equal to 3,36,22,251. Here the population is 32,76,781. That is at the population at 2031. So these are the some of the many again problems are there. Maybe I'll try to give some of the problems for your homework, or you can refer the textbooks also, and problems also be given as a homeworks that you have to try to work out it. If you have any difficulties, will if time permits, we'll solve again 1 or 2 problems. Because time is very less, we go ahead with the other syllabus. So then we have other population forecasting methods that we will discuss one by one. Other than this, we have some of the very simple methods are available. That is the fourth method, that is decreasing rate growth method. See, normally we studied the 3 methods, that is the arithmetic increase method. The second one is geometric increase method, and the third one is incremental increase method. We'll move on to the fourth method, that is decreasing rate of growth method. So what will happen is that at the decade go on increasing, for example 2011 to 2021 and 2021 to 2031, the population will go on decreasing. Maybe its own reasons. Normally it is not going to happen in practical life, but in some of the countries like Japan, and those who are controlling some of the uh, population. So normally, if you see, there will be a slight decrease in the population as the crisis arise. But in India, it is not going to happen. It is always whichever the kind of disease is going to come. Um, Normally, small increase in the 1 to 2% deaths will be there due to some pandemics. But normally, in some of the countries where the population they are restricting, like Japan and some of the Korea like countries, so there we can see some decreasing growth of the trend, because Japan itself is uh, in a danger place. If you see the Japan country, uh, they're always first. That is, more pandemics will be there. Like it is not pandemic, regular type of like earthquakes is one of the earthquakes. Normally, it is going to happen in that countries, and we don't know when, how exactly it is going to happen. Then some of the aspects like volcanoes is again one biggest problem in some of the areas, and they are having a lot of nuclear power plants, nuclear power plants. So many are there, but when compared to the Indian conditions, they are all extreme conditions. If you go to some of the uh, in USA, some north countries like North Dakota state universities, and if you go to near to the North Pole, some of the countries will be there. They're very challenging every day. They used to like sometimes the temperature will go up to -30, -40. There will be a lot of challenge situations. In that case, normally if that has happened, normally the sudden population is going to decrease. But this kind of things will not happen in Indian conditions, because we are in a very better environment conditions. Especially the Karnataka peoples are very lucky compared to the North India. North India always it will be extreme conditions. So when the rate of increase in the population go on reducing as the cities reaches towards the saturation. See, when it is going to happen. One, I already said that due to some of the earthquakes, volcanoes, some of the like tsunamis, if that is going to come, suddenly it will wash out everything. But in other way, sometimes one normally the point we can call it as a saturation point. Once the saturation point is going to reach, means in this area the maximum population is 100, so it cannot sustain more than 100 that place. Then we can call it as a saturation. As many people are saying in India that the India already reached the saturation point, so that is why some of the pandemics are happening like this. So always the Earth will carry its own uh, Earth carrying capacity, that we already know. We already know that Earth carrying capacity, very important. Carrying capacity of any of any of can Earth carrying capacity of Earth, or the carrying capacity of the place, if it is going to happen, or if it is going to go with the saturation point, then normally what will happen is that uh, suddenly the population is going to decrease. So then many times it will happen once the carrying capacity is going to become saturation, then definitely the decrease in the population will be observed. In that case, normally we'll use this growth of method. Very rarely, very rarely we'll use this method. So then, um, In this method, the average degrees in the percentage increase for each of the successive decades, that is, successive degrees in the population can be calculated. Um, Always the growth, if you see it, it will be in a decreasing trend only. Of course, we rarely use it, but whenever if they ask it, you should be able to tell decreasing rate of growth method. So then we have one more method called simple graphical method. So in this method, um, uh, what will happen in this simple graphical method? What we'll do is that we'll take the data from the previous years, like what will be the growth from the previous decades, like when we are targeting the population for 2050 or 51. So I'll take the population. What I'll do is that if my target is at 2051, then I have to see what will be the trend for the previous 100 years. Then I have to plot that. See, see. So for example, this is one simple graphical method. See, 1981 we know this, 1890 we know that. This is also 1900. Then this is 1910. Then this is 1920, and this is 1930, and this is 1940. So this we know. See, up to from 1880 to 1940. We know that. We exactly know with the census data. But what I have to do is that if I want to know the population at 2000, then what I have to do is that slowly I have to extend this, whatever the thing is there, slowly I have to extend it. See, for this, what I have to do is that I have to use simple graphical method. So then how it can be done? What are the basis? See, with the census data, we are going to calculate, or with the census data, we are plotting the graph up to uh, some point. You can say, assume that the point, you assume this point as A and this point as B. Then I am drawing or plotting with the help of the Excel data, or with the help of the some of the origin softwares are available to plot the graphs. Even in your Excel also you can plot it. So then slowly what I have to do is that then it has to be slowly extended from the present to the future decades. See how exactly it will be extended. See, what for this, what you have to do is that from, assume that it is A, B, this point is C, and this point is D, this point is E, this point is F, this point is G. So then F. So then see how exactly it is increasing. From here to here, how much will be the growth rate? Here to here, how much will be the growth rate? How much from this point to this point, how much will be the growth rate? Each successive points, the growth rate will be calculated. Then average of that will be considered. Then that average, it is go on adding. Then automatically what will happen is that you'll get the simple trend of this method, that we can call it as simple graphical. This line you have to extend it. How the curve is coming from A to B, similar way the curve has to extend from B to some N. Like that, it has to go in a simple graphical method. By seeing the trend of the growth in between A and B, we have to extend the population from B to N. So this is about the simple graphical method of population forecasting. Similarly, what we'll do is that in the next class, we'll go with the comparative graphical method, and we'll go with some master plan method and logistic curve method in the last class. maybe two more classes left for this for completion of the first module. We'll complete this comparative graphical method. It is also similar to the simple graphical method, but a slight variation is there from the simple graphical method. Master plan method and logistic curve method.